What's up YouTube, WePostE here, and today's video bringing you guys another battle for our original series. Now this is sort of different in fact because of the fact that this original team is actually competitively viable. I've tried it out. I think it's pretty nice. So essentially all of these Pokemon were recommended by this one person named Mike CO, so shout out to him. Thank you so much, because he just wrote this whole wall of text that is just absolutely amazingly long. So thanks for taking your time to do that. Pokemon he talked about were Rhydon, Zapdos, Relicanth, and the frog dude Greninja. I completely forgot about that. Now with those four Pokemon, I took one look and I'm like, kinda weak to grass. I mean, obviously the Zapdos is there, but aside from resisting it, sort of, my Zapdos is my physical wall. It can't really do anything back to the grass type Pokemon, so I'm like, I better put two grass type Pokemon back on here. And then I'm like, and then I realized, well, that probably wasn't a good idea because now I'm kind of weak to ice. So there's that, but I think I kind of play around that a bit nicely. The Rhydon is just there because, you know, a Violite and then bulky sort of wall breaking sort of thing. Zapdos, I have Thunderbolt on there just for some stabs. Sub, Roost, and Toxic. Substitute is actually very useful on something like Zapdos because it tends to force out a few switches. And you got the Relicanth there. He recommended a Rest Talking set with Waterfall and Rock Smash. Head Smash, sorry. Greninja is something that's pretty special. It's a physical sort of Greninja, and it's got Shadow Sneak, Water Shuriken, U-Turn, and I put Ice Beam on there just for the quad force weak Pokemon like Gliscor and Garchomp, and the point of it is mostly just to revenge kill, because Water Shuriken is a priority move after all and is stab, and no one really sees physical Greninja out there, so I thought that was pretty cool. Celebi, there's a special wall. Venusaur, Mega Venusaur is another physical wall, and because most recently I read on Smogon about how awesome it is, and I just had to try it out for myself. So, and Celebi is also the cleric on this team. So let's go on with the battle, shall we? Because I've been talking way too long. So I'm gonna lead off with Greninja because it does have the U-turn. It is really fast, so I figure, you know, I can scout and all that stuff, so it's not bad. I'm gonna go for a U-turn just to switch out because he does have Mega Venusaur of his own, and it's at this point in the map battle where I'm thinking, well, I actually don't have anything to do anything to this Mega Venusaur at all. So I figured I might as well just go into my own Mega Venusaur, go for a Sludge Bomb, see how much it does. It does a quarter. I'm not complaining. His hidden power, Ice, I'm assuming, does 20%, and that is insane about how little that did, considering the Sludge Bomb does that much damage. But I am not. But I do have thick bat, I suppose. But I'm not specially defensive invested at all. So here I actually thought about it for a bit, because I forgot whether he was faster than me or not. But I'm going to go for Giga Drain this turn, and he switches out because obviously he knew I was faster than him, but I didn't know because I just don't look at the chat. I don't. I go on Yahoo when I battle. Yeah, interesting fact. Victor goes on Yahoo when he battles. Okay, so I'm gonna go for Synthesis here, and now I see the Talonflame. I'm thinking, okay, I'll go into Relicanth, because that was one of the things that Mike noted, that Relicanth is pretty much a extraordinary counter to Talonflame, which he is correct, but he predicts my switch. Goes for U-turn, not very common on Talonflame, I don't think so, because you can't really use U-turn on anything, and he doesn't actually seem to have a Rapid Spinner, so I'm not sure why he has U-turn on his Talonflame, but you know, it's just something that he has. That's good for him. It works out for him in this scenario because I don't actually have any hazards on my Pokemon on this team. I'm gonna go for Sludge Bomb this turn, and so he goes into his Talonflame, probably predicting a Giga Drain. I'm not sure. He's gonna go for a U-turn this turn, as I believe I'm gonna go for a Synthesis because, well, it's a Synthesis. Yeah, I'm low on health. The burn is wearing me down. I have to switch out this turn. I'm gonna go into my Zapdos, fearing, I don't know, a Blaze Kick. No, I go in Relicanth fearing a Blaze Kick. He goes for Shift Gear, which is actually really interesting. I think Henry mentioned a Shift Gear Genesect last video. I can't remember. He talked about something using a Genesect that's different from my Choice Scarf one. I'm going to go for a Head Smash this turn. It is neutral, but unfortunately it misses. big deal. Actually, it kind of is a big deal. I meant that sarcastically, but actually it's kind of a big deal because now I have a half dead Relicanth and I can't do anything with it. I'm going to go into Zapdos. Not really sure what he wants to do, so I'm going to go for a substitute, and this works out. Or I'm going to go for Thunderbolt first of all, just see how much it would do, I suppose. But this turn, I don't know what he wants to do to me, so I'm going to scout, go for a substitute, and it turns out he's just going to set up the Stealth Rocks. It's just, you know, it's fine. I get a free sub, it's good. All fine and dandy. I'm going to go for a Roost this turn, though I was partially afraid that he would go for the Earthquake predicting my Roost, but he actually just goes for Toxic. I'm not sure why he went for Toxic, because it obviously doesn't go past the substitute. But I'm going to go for Toxic of my own here, I believe. And he predicts that, so my opponent is just making the plays right now. And I'm gonna go for a Thunderbolt, I think, just because I know even if it is a Venusaur, it's going to do some damage. And with the sand helping me, I can wear him down. He only has 20% health, but unfortunately, Giga Drain does heal him back up a bit, and I'm 0.8% away from taking him out. So that kind of sucks. You got the maximum damage going on over there. I'm going to go for another Thunderbolt or a substitute. I don't quite remember. But yeah, go for another substitute predicting the switch, which probably made a lot more sense because he did have the Hippo to go through. Hippowdon. Wow, Hippowdon. That is a cool name. I'm going to miss my Toxic here. So Zapdos kind of sucks. Missing the Toxic. Shame on you, Zapdos. How could you miss that Toxic? I'm gonna go into my Celebi predicting, not really predicting anything, but just going there to take the Surf because it is my second special wall. It is my only special wall actually, and it can take special hits pretty nice. I'm gonna go for my Heal Bell because I don't want that burn on my Venusaur. And the fact they went for Surf 2 times probably means he's choiced. Obvious. It doesn't probably mean he's choiced. He's definitely choiced. I'm gonna go for a Pain Split this turn. He's going for a Pain Split as I go for a Giga Drain. I legitimately thought I could take him out, even though I didn't have any special attack investment. Though it only did 38%, so that was, you know, 33% left. That kind of sucks. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm gonna keep going for Giga Drain because unless he wants to do something to me like Will-O-Wisp, he can't really do anything to me. At first, when I saw the Rotom Wash, I was afraid that he would have the Scarf and he'd trigger it to one of my walls. But now that I see the Will-O-Wisp, it's actually kind of a blessing to know that he does not choice. Anyways, I'm going to go for a Giga Drain this turn, and now I'm going to be forced to switch out after the burn and everything. I don't want to switch out with only so little HP left because I do need it to take on the Latios, but I don't really have that much of a choice here at this point. So he's going to go for a Blaze Kick. I'm sorry for the animations. I don't know what's wrong with the animations. This is why you don't use Internet Explorer. He's going to go for another Blaze Kick. It does 36% health, as I'm just going to go for the Roost and all those things. You know, Roost, Substitute, Thunderbolt and all that stuff. I'm going to switch out because, you know, he's going to, because it's a Latios. I am not staying in for a Latios. But he's just going to predict it, go for a Draco Meteor. And I'm just going to bring in my Venusaur this turn because he is low on the special attackness. And that means he has to switch out. I'm going to go for a Synthesis this turn. And I think I'm actually going to stay in, I believe. Or I'm going to switch out into Rhydon, sorry. Excuse me. I mixed up my Pokemon names. He's going to go for Flare Blitz. Critical hit. Oh my goodness. That did a lot of damage. Yup. No, it didn't. It is a Rhydon after all. Base 130 defense, I think. But this gives him a good opportunity to go into Venusaur. And I think he doesn't have the Synthesis, because if he did, I don't know why he wouldn't use it. I suppose he's just one of those people who think Giga Drain and Leech Seed is going to be enough to heal him up. That is evidently why it is not good enough to heal you up, because if your opponent has a grass type Pokemon, what are you going to do? I'm going to go into Rhydon this turn as he goes for the hidden power, I don't know what. He honestly would have been better off going for a Draco Meteor, because Draco Meteor base 190 and hidden power is only 120, so really the hidden power ice is only there for quad weak Pokemon, and even then not that much. Here I leave my Rhydon in because I completely spaced the fact that I am weak to steel. It's went over my head. But here I'm just gonna make some good use of Greninja being a good revenge killer, going for the Water Shuriken. If that only hit 2 times, I would have been pretty mad. Luckily it didn't. And now I can go for the Shadow Sneak with the Ghost moves. And then for the next Pokemon, I believe being Latios, I can go for the Shadow Sneak again. And that's kind of a mini Greninja sweep right there. Pretty effective Pokemon. I'm going to go for an Ice Beam this turn just because Hippowdon is pretty awesome in the physical defense department. Fortunately, it doesn't take him out. Still does a good amount of damage considering the fact that I have no special attack investment whatsoever. And this turn, I can just go into Venusaur and go for the Giga Drain, take him out. So that was a good game. My opponent, who I do not know his name, though I could possibly look at the sidebar and realize what it is. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. And if there's something interesting you can send me, please leave it in the comments below. I read those because I have nothing better to do with my time. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks so much for watching.